What's going on, guys? Cruz here, and I'm back with another build. Today's build is actually my Black Friday / Cyber Monday build. It took me a little bit of time to make this video because my motherboard was actually on back order and just recently got delivered. Anyway, let's get into it. Alright, so in today's build, I was able to purchase the majority of these parts during Black Friday and Cyber Monday. At the end of this build, I'm going to show you guys how much everything cost and how much I saved by purchasing it during that time. Also, I will show you guys benchmarks, so stay tuned for that. Let's go ahead and get this build started. For the CPU, we have a Ryzen 7 3800X. It has 8 cores, 16 threads. It has a base clock speed of 3.9 GHz and can reach a max boost clock of up to 4.5 GHz. We'll see how much overclocking we can actually do with this processor, since our overclock will mostly depend on our cooling solution. Speaking of cooling solution, we actually will be using an NZXT Kraken X62. It's a 280mm all-in-one liquid cooling solution with RGB and infinity mirror design on its CPU block. My favorite thing about this AIO is that it has 6 years of warranty. Years ago, I had to RMA one, and their customer support is really one of the best. And as for the motherboard, we have an MSI MPG X570 Gaming Pro Carbon motherboard. This motherboard has a carbon fiber finish, Wi-Fi 6, and Bluetooth built in, has support for Gen 4 PCIe, 2 M.2 slots with heat spreaders, and of course, it won't be complete without its RGBs everywhere. As for the GPU, we have an XFX 5700XT RAW 2. It has 8 GB of GDDR6 VRAM with a base clock of 1605 MHz and a boost clock of 1905 MHz. I wonder who's the person in charge in naming their cards at XFX. I mean, this one is called RAW. They also have one that is called Thick with a double C. I'm surprised they don't have one that is called BBC or the Big Black Card. But seriously though, this GPU is pretty massive. As for the memory, we have 16 gigs of Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro DDR4 dual channel kit memory. It's clocked at 3200 MHz and has a cache latency of 16. I will also use a Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro Light Enhancement Kit. These are pretty much 2 modules that I will use to fill up the empty DIMM slots that I have. It will have the same RGB lighting effects as my Corsair memory. As for our storage, we have 2 1TB ADATA XPG S40G SSD. It has a read speed of up to 3500 megabytes per sec, a write speed of up to 3000 megabytes per sec. It also has RGB lights and a heatsink, but I will have to take out the heatsink for it to fit my motherboard, since my motherboard has its own heatsink for the M.2 drives. For our power supply, we'll be using an EVGA Supernova NEX650G power supply. It's a full modular 650 watts power supply, and it's also 80+ gold certified. I actually just have this lying around, and instead of buying a new one, I'll be using this one instead, since this is still a pretty good power supply. As a matter of fact, I've had this for about 3 years now, and I'm pretty sure I still have about 7 years of warranty left, since it has 10 years of warranty. I will also use a cable extension so that our build will look as clean as possible. This one that I got, the brand name is called Asia Horse. As for our case, we have a white NZXT H510 Elite. It comes with the new NZXT smart device powering the built-in RGB strips. We will also add one more of the 140mm NZXT Air RGB case fans for the top exhaust and another 120mm for the rear exhaust. These are pretty much all the parts that we are going to use. As always, all the links for the parts that I use in this build will be in the descriptions down below. Let's go ahead and put this together. So this is our completed build. I really like how the RGB fans are complementing the RGB CPU block. Also, the RGBs in the memory looks like it actually came in with those fans because those RGBs look the same. This build looks so clean. Let me know what you guys think about this build in the comments down below. Anyway, let's get to the benchmarks. So let's take a look at how much I spent in this build. For the Ryzen 3800X, I purchased it for $253.66. Right now, the cheapest I found was $373 on Amazon. I saved about $120 for the CPU. For the motherboard, the MSI MPG X570 Gaming Pro Carbon motherboard, I purchased that one for $184.47. Now, the cheapest one I found was $230. I saved about $45 for the motherboard. For our XPG S40G SSD, I purchased two of them for $74.99 each. Now the cheapest I found was $129 each. I saved about $108 for both the SSDs. For our memory, the Corsair Vengeance, I purchased that for $69.99. Now the cheapest I found was $95. I saved about $25 for the memory. For our case, the NZXT H510 Elite, I purchased that one for $129.99. Right now it's $149.99. And there's no discounts for the rest of our parts. Our total before the discount was $1,803.30. After discount is $1,485.40. So we saved close to $320, which is about 20% of our total cost. I know this is a pretty pricey build, but this one is a really good looking build. We really went for the aesthetics on this one. And that's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I have more videos coming up, so please get subscribed. Also, leave me a comment down below. I do appreciate you guys talking to me. Even if it's just a bunch of questions, it's all good. I'll try my best to answer all of them. Also, I'm probably gonna start featuring comments on my next videos. So if you guys wanna be on them, leave me a comment down below. Until next time, peace.